Hello everyone, this is Alejandra Gomez with creatingreality.com, and this time I am making a video just for you guys for being in my group. I made a poll, I want to say that a few days ago, and I polled and said, okay, what would you want to see? And a lot of you made a request for a birthday card, and so definitely wanted to do one of them. I feel like we all need birthdays, so why not? And while I was thinking what to do as a birthday card, I thought it would be great if we could also learn some coloring. So for today, I'm gonna be using the So Much Love. This is it, the So Much Love stamp set, which is the one that has those beautiful flowers, and those are the ones that are perfect for coloring with the blends. You could also color them or stamp them in the watercolor paper, and then use your water painters to color them as well. So I think that will be really great. You could also emboss them and also color them. So there's lots and lots of different techniques that you can do with this of them. With these images, so definitely that's what I thought about this one. So I'm going to be using this one, and also as you've noticed, there's not really a birthday. I mean, you could say here for you because you're sending a card for a birthday. However, I thought it would be really nice if we actually just say happy birthday. So I'm going to be using the So Much Happy, which now that I think so, it's kind of crazy that they both are so much something, right? I didn't thought that until right now. So anyway, so this one we're going to be using the happy and the birthday from here, which this is a really, really, really nice. Okay, so let's get started here. So first of all, hi Kay, how are you? And thank you so much for being here with me. So here we have the purple posy, and I'm gonna be turning on my lights here so it's better. Okay, Ali, you're so sweet for being here. So anyway, so this one is 8.5 by 5.5. I also have Highland Heather, and this one is 3 7/8 by 5 1/8. So this is gonna go like so. And then I have here a piece of the Design Series paper. And this one is from the Playful Patterns. Yeah, Playing with Patterns 6x6. And as you can see that I was kind of seeing which one I want to use. I decided to go with this one, but this one could also go really well with this one, definitely. And so this one is 3 3/4 by 5. So we're going to go ahead and put it like so. Yeah, and I also have here a circle that I already die cut out of the Stitch Ships framelits. Now this one is the largest of the circle. I have here also a piece of the purple posy. It's gonna be thinner, however I want to stamp it and then cut it, but this one is right now 1 inch of 1 inch by 2.5, and again I think that it's gonna go more like 1/2 inch, or maybe even like a 5/8, depending on my sentiment, because this is where I'm going to be putting the happy birthday. And I have here just a scrap of paper where we're going to be stamping our image, and we're going to be coloring it. All right, so I have already mounted my image from the So Much Love stamp set. We're going to go ahead and use the memento. Whenever you use the alcohol markers, you definitely need to want to make sure you are using memento. That way, when you are blending your color, you're not pulling the black. For instance, if you use the StayZone, because the StayZone is alcohol based, you're gonna be also blending the black out of the ink or the image. So definitely, that's why you want to make sure you're using the memento. Hello, Martha. Hi, Eileen. Thank you for being here. Hola, gordita. All right, so here we have it. So after I've done that, I wanted to use, let me just put this one here, the blends, and I have here the Highland Heather as well as the Purple Posy. And I want to be using both of the, yeah, these ones, both of the Highland Heathers and the dark of the Purple Posy. Now, if you've ever wondering how, like, I usually try to put, as I was designing this card, I always kind of have the colors together with my blends and see how they look. And you can see they kind of look really nice. This one is more pinkish, but it still looks really nice. The same thing here. So this one is way out. So I thought about using these three. The dark of the Purple Posy and both of the Highland Heather, because it is a really nice color, right? The shadings. And then I have here 2 of the Old Olive, and I also have the light of the Mango Melody. All right, so let's get coloring with this. Let me bring my thing here. Again, thank you for being here with me. So, all right, so for this one, we're gonna go ahead and, as usual, I like to add a really light hand of color to the image. So we're gonna be starting with the dark of the Highland Heather. No, almost make a mistake here, of the Purple Posy. Yeah, dark Purple Posy. Okay, and you're gonna be doing a light hand on the whole image. Don't get too much into the details, right? As far as going all the way to the edges. I don't want you to be oversaturating the paper with the ink. You just want one hand of color. And then once you start blending, then you can add more layers. And the reason I do that is because if you put so much color or so much ink, sometimes it starts bleeding out of your image. So you just want to have color, but you don't want to be over coloring, at least not at this point. Then you're gonna bring the darker, so yeah, the dark of the Highland Heather. And what I'm gonna be doing on this one, so this is one of those cases where I'm gonna be using three colors. Usually I only use 2, but because they look really nice, right, I'm using 3. So now for the next one, I'm gonna bring, let me just bring actually the other point. I'm gonna be bringing the dark of the Highland Heather, and you can see here there's 2 points. One is a wider, so this is a brush, and then there's another, I don't know how they call, like a bullet point, right? So I'm gonna go ahead, and I always pick the areas that are under something. So in the case of the petals, this petal is under that one, so I would just go like that, and same here. I'm not doing the opposite, right? So try to just kind of have try to kind of define what you want to do. Like in my case, I want to do the under, because I feel like the thing that is over is going to be making a shadow on the thing that is under. So in this case, the petals above the other petal will be making a shade or a shadow on the one that is under. So that's how I kind of go into where would I put the color. And as you can see at this point, I'm just going to go and kind of see that right now. I'm going to go ahead and do that one. And I'm trying to see if you can see it. And same thing here. And now for these areas, I usually color them. I feel like those little folds, they're kind of, I don't know why, I feel like they're always good to color them. You can do the opposite and leave them without color and then focus more on the inside. But I almost always choose to color those areas. All right. And the same thing here. So this one is under or behind. So the one in front will be making a shadow. And in this case, this one will be making a shadow here. This one will have the shadow there. Same with this one, right? And I will probably add a little bit here. So that's kind of how I figure out where to add the highlights in the darker color, okay? So once you have that, then I'll bring, so this one was the dark of the Highland Heather, so that was darker, and so now I'm gonna go with the medium. So in this case, I'm gonna go with the light of the Highland Heather, and I say medium because it is between these three colors, the dark of the Posy, the light of the Heather, and then the dark of the Posy. So now I'm gonna go ahead and start blending it. So now for this one, I always go in a circular motion. And this is the part where you're gonna be kind of saturating the your image. So at this point, this is where you gotta be careful and do most of your blending inside the image, mainly because again, it could be bleeding. So you don't want to be doing a lot of the blending in the outside of the image because of that reason, right? And I hope that makes sense. And you let me know if you have any questions. Definitely this is what I wanted to show here, just to see if you have any questions. And again, thank you so much for being in my group. I really appreciate it. I'm gonna start making these videos just for the group. And so if you ever have a question, or if there's something in particular that you want to see, just let me know. I'll be more than happy to show you how I do something. If you have any questions, I'll be more than happy to answer any questions you might have regarding card making. And I think that 5 o'clock is kind of early for me. And so I might need to be moving this to like the 6 o'clock in a Saturday, mainly because sometimes my kids are still eating dinner right now or something. So it might be better to do it at a different time rather than the 5 o'clock. I didn't thought this through. This is the first time I do the video at this time, and it worked well today, but I think that it might have been better to be doing it at a 6. So maybe next Saturday I can do this again, but I'm thinking it's gonna be more around the 6 o'clock. But yeah, I feel like it would be nice to start having more of these. And of course, if you make a card using something that I show, post it in the group. Let me see what you're doing. Let me see what you are working on. I think that would be awesome just to see what everyone is working on. And there we have it. Now on this one, I'm just gonna add a little bit of color here. And again, I'm just going on a circular motion. I think you can see that. Just to kind of start blending the darker color. And then once I have that, then I can go back with the light of that lighter color, which is the dark purple Posy, and then start blending again all 3 shades or all 3 colors. See that? And again, this is, now I'm using because these areas are wider or bigger, and at this point I'm just blending everything. I'm using the brush paint. And now on this section, now I need to be careful, and now I want to pay attention as to making sure that I cover every single area on those edges to make sure that I don't have anything left in white. But this is what is going to be making the final blend on everything you saw here. And again, usually I do 2 colors. So I would have, if it had only been like the heather highlights without the purple Posy, I would have started only with a light hand of the light color of the Highland Heather, then do the dark area, and then back again with the light of the header, of the Highland Heather, and then do this step with the Highland Heather just to have everything now blending. But I did use three shades of color. And I just love how it looks. It goes really well. And those colors go really, really, really well. And again, you just need to be careful at the edges because you don't want to be... And most of your blending, try to do it in the center. So rather than doing it on the edges, again, you want to avoid getting some bleeding from the ink. Because again, when you start oversaturating it, it starts bleeding outside the line. So that's how it starts looking. Oh, thank you so much, Brandy. And again, any questions, just let me know. But you can see how nice it is. So again, now if there's some areas where you want to go back with the medium, I wouldn't go with the dark, but with the light heather, you could still at this point add a little bit. Like if you still want to add a little bit of that purple color, right? The medium color. This is the point where you would do it right after you add that color, because you can still kind of blend a little bit. And I'm just going to areas where I want to show more of that purples. And I feel like this one, I'm gonna need to add a little bit here. There we go. And so there you have that flower, right? See how nice it looks? Looks great closer. Yeah, I know, right? And then once it starts drying, because right now you can see all three colors still, but once it kind of dries, it looks even better. So now I'm gonna go ahead and do the same for the little ones. Now for the little ones, you're not gonna be doing a lot of the blending, right? Mainly because these are really small, so you just need a little bit, but not too much. So these little buttons of flowers, we're gonna go ahead and all right, and now we're gonna go ahead and add a little bit of and this is the light Helen header, and I'm not gonna go all the way to the or maybe I will add a lot of color, but you just need to kind of add a little bit of color, not too much on this one because this is really little, so there's not too much space for you to be kind of blending it. Right, so you can see here it's not that much, and then I'll go back with the light color to kind of blend those two colors. You said that I don't see the change in color there. There we go. So very subtle. There you have it, see? Very subtle. You don't really do that much. Really, this is where you're gonna be seeing most of the blending. So now later on, so now we're gonna be doing the leaves, and for this one I'm just gonna be using the typical two colors. So for this one I'm using the old olive, and like I mentioned, I start first with the light color, and it's just a light hand of color. And again, I'm not really focusing coloring the whole thing. As you can see, I'm just adding color, but you can still see that there's still some white areas. Do I always start with the light? Yeah, I always start with a light, mainly because I do a light hand of color and then I add the other side. So now you can see here when I said a light hand, right? So I went with the color, and there's really not much color on the back. But once you start doing all the coloring, you can see how the ink starts going, and this is what it will make your image to bleed. If you have too much on the edges, that's when it starts bleeding. So that's why the first hand is really light. You don't really go over and over. You just add one layer of color. And again, that's why I start with the lighter, because usually everything is lighter, and then you're gonna be adding the highlights or the shadowing areas with the darker. And again, you're not really looking too much into you just want you just want to have the color for you to be able to blend it. but I don't really go into too much detail on the first pass, okay? Now, as I start adding the other colors, then at that point, then yes, I would be more, I don't know how to say that, paying more attention to all the areas so that I don't have anything white. So let me just go make sure I have here this little area too. And the same thing here. And again, one of the ways you can see if you have too much color is in the back. You can see here I kind of add a little bit more, right? But you don't see as much of the color on the back. And as we start building it, that's when you're gonna start putting more color. So now, for the next step, I'll add the darker, and as I mentioned, I usually base it on what is on top of something. So in this case, the flower is on top here. So I will add, and there's too many ways to do it. There's some other techniques where you put where the light will be and whatnot. You could do that, but I always think of what is the easiest way for me, and it seems to be that this is easier for me too. So, and by no means this is not the best or whatever, it's just how I do it. But you can see here where, oh, I forgot about this little one. And so and then here, and then here. All right, so once I have that, I'll show here a close-up here. You can see here, I have the light layer, and then I add a little bit of that dark, right? And I'm gonna go back with the lighter. And same as with the petals, I'm gonna go ahead and just do a circular motion. Oh my goodness. Hold on. Wanna make sure I always cover your markers, because these are alcohol based, and so they will dry up faster if they're not. And so now again, I will do my shadowing more towards the middle. And at this point, then I'll pay attention that everything that I have on that every area on that leaf, it's color. So you can see here, and on the back, you start seeing how it starts transferring the color, right? So same thing here. Same thing here. And then same thing here. And again, on these faces, this is where I would make sure that every single area of the flower is covered. And again, my blending will mainly be done on the middle of the leaf, not so much on the edges of the image. And there we have it. Let me just show these. There you go. See that, how it goes? And then finally for this, I'm just gonna go and add a little bit of that light mango on these little dots that we have here. There you go. And it'll add something there, see that? All right, so now that we have that, let me just move my share there. Give me a second here. All right, so for the next part, I'm gonna go ahead and cut this image. And so, actually, I already have one. So the next part is, well, I'll just show you here for a second. So whenever I'm cutting the, these images, what I do is that I always leave a white area, right? And as you can see, what I move is actually the paper, not so much the scissors. So that I just wanted to share with you those tips, because sometimes people do not like the fussy cutting, but I really don't mind it. Now the one thing is, it's usually better if you have less, so that you can move better, as you can see here. And you can see here how I move the paper, but not really the scissors, right? And I work on this area of the scissors, not so much of the point. The point really only helps when you're going in between areas, but that also helps you get more control for that white border, right? And this is why I want to share that with you, because yeah, sometimes people are like, oh, it's fussy cutting, but I really don't mind it, really. I don't think it's that bad. And I think it's just, I don't know. You can see here, it's not that bad, right? It's not taking that long. And so just give it a chance, give it a try. And there you have it. And here we go, right? So that's how it looks. So not that hard, right? So anyway, so let's get moving with this one. So this is how, see how nice it goes here? So now for this one, we're gonna go ahead and, oh, sorry. I have already mounted this one. So the first thing I'm gonna be using is the happy on this. And this is where I didn't want to cut it, because I want to cut it once I stamp it. So I'm going to go ahead and use Highland Heather, and I'm going to be putting that happy pretty close to the edge. Okay. And I'm going to move this for a second. I'm going to bring this one, because I really just want to have that happy really close. There we go. Okay. And I'm going to cut the ends with the tailor tack punch, as usual. There we go. And then on this one, the way I was picturing it is I have here these two layers. Then I have this one right here. I'm going to put the happy here. Put my flower there, and then have the birthday on this section. So I'm going to put this one right here so I know exactly where it needs to go for a second. So I have this one there. Have the birthday, and I want it somewhere here. There we go. Hi, Don. How are you? All right. So now here we have it. We're going to go ahead and fold this one in half. Alrighty. Then I'm going to go ahead and add this one here. Oh, I was like, what did I do? All right. Oh. Uh-oh. Oh, I guess it pull out. Okay, let me just add that a little bit here. Yeah, we're gonna be adding it here. Oh, thank you, Don. That's so nice of you. Thank you for joining us. So, alrighty, we're gonna go ahead and add this one here. There we go. Okay, and then I'm gonna be adding this one here. Have that one there popped up. And then have this one right here. How about that, huh? Wouldn't you like that? Now, maybe we even add a little bit of the rhinestones. We can color them and do something there, right? Yes, and I'm gonna be bringing also dimensional, so just give me 1 second here. There we go. All right, so we're gonna be adding this one like somewhere here. And we're gonna be adding dimensionals on this section. Oh. Thank you. Glad you're liking it, Don. Yeah, and again, I'm gonna try to start doing more of these live videos on the group. Usually I do all my videos the Thursday at 7 p.m. Central Time on my Facebook page, but I figure let's just start doing more here. I mean, yeah, I feel like I can help with a specific things. If there's something in a specific that you want to see, by all means, let me know. I want to make sure that I am sharing in this group what you need. Of course, you're still going to be getting the links to the Facebook Live from my page, but if there's anything that you want to see, by all means, let me know. This is why I wanted to start showing up more in this group and pretty much show the cards that you want to see, right? Or a technique or something. Thank you, Pamela. So here you have it there. Now, of course, we're going to be adding, every time I feel like I color the flowers, I feel like Wink of a Stella, it's in order, right? So that we can have a really nice shimmer look. And so we're going to be adding, and I would add Wink of a Stella only to the flower, but not to the leaves. Of course, you can add it wherever you want it, right? But in my case, I always feel like the flowers are the ones that get the Wink of a Stella. There we go. And we're just adding this. All right. There we go. Here we go. Alrighty. And let me just show it to you with the Wink of a Stella. I don't know that you can see it here. I can see it, but I don't get it in the camera. But anyway, there is a shimmer look there, I promise you. Oh, Christmas. Yeah, so Christmas is the next thing. So probably, yeah, maybe, yeah, that will be a great idea. Because we all need to get ready for Christmas. So definitely, I'm going to start sharing more of the Christmas cards here shortly. So now I'm using the dark of the Highland Heather, and I'm going to be coloring the rhinestones here. And this is the dark. See, it's getting me old. Let me just do this more. Dark of the Highland Head. I'm like, it's still very pale. No, I was using the dark of the purple posy. Yeah, see that? Whew. I'm like, still very pale. Should be a little bit darker. I'm gonna color a few. I don't think I'm gonna be using that many, but let's just put some. And then let's bring this one. Let's just add one here. Let's just add one there. I'll probably add one here. And then another one, like right. Oh, actually, I like that one here. And one more there. Oh, this one seems like it is. Oh, yeah. This one sounds like there's no. Well, I'm going to put another one right there. There you go. Okay. So, a lot more of those reeled together there. So here you have it. Yeah, thank you so much, Edie. And you can see, yeah, so love Christmas cards. Perfect. Yeah, so, oh, hurricane. No, Dawn, I'm not close to hurricanes. Thank goodness. So thank you. So yeah, so maybe next week. And like I said, I'm going to start doing this more frequently in this group. Because, yeah, I feel like we should be doing this. I don't know why I haven't done it in this time. So, but let's just move it to the 6 p.m. on a Saturday. I feel like that's a better time, especially with the little kids. So next Saturday I'll be here. I'll share it with you another card so that you can get, and just let me know what you want to be seeing. So this one was birthday cards based on what you mentioned you wanted to see. And next week, based on the feedback, it will be Christmas cards, and then we can maybe be switching them. Those were the two topics that were so popular. Hi, Gloria, how are you? So anyway, so just let me know what you want to see. Like I mentioned today, I wanted to share it with you. They had the birthday card, as we've mentioned, but I thought, well, let's just share also how to do some coloring with the plants. So again, thank you so much. I'll see you then Thursday still in my page. 7 p.m. Central Time, and then Saturday 6 p.m. we're gonna start doing Facebook Lives here so that you can see something else. All right, so thank you so much, and I'll see you next week. Bye for now.